Welcome to ViewTheRace.com. This is the Mooseman Half bike course from Wellington State Park. This is a very challenging bike course. Not only are you faced with extremely challenging hills, but you're also faced with very fast technical descents. This is one of the toughest, if not the toughest, bike course in a triathlon that you can do in New England. This course does have very many beautiful views. A lot of the course is right along Newfound Lake with beautiful views of the lake and the surrounding woodlands. Soon after you exit transition, you will go through one of the most beautiful stretches of road coming up here. You'll have rocks on both your left and right side as the road twists at the base of a mountain right along the lake. It's an absolutely beautiful stretch of road. Enjoy this part of the course as it is one of the only flat sections of the course. In the first few miles, you're going to want to try to warm your legs up as best as you can after that cold swim, as the hills start pretty quickly. Shortly after the second mile, the hills begin. As you take this left-hand turn, you will face your first climb of the day. It's not overly long, but it is pretty steep, and it'll definitely get your motor running. If you're not warm yet, you will be warm after you climb this short hill. Once you crest the climb, you will enjoy a nice long downhill. The next couple of miles are rolling with small rollers. Nothing overly too difficult, and you are more than compensated with some nice downhills after each rolling hill. Nice long downhill here. Now obviously this course was filmed in winter, and the snow should be gone by June, let's hope. Again, nice easy rollers through here. The downhills will carry you over the next rise, typically, in this section. This is the easy part of the course. Now, as you come up to the center of town, we're going to be taking a left on Groton Road. Bear to the left. Now, the first part of Groton Road is very similar to what we just faced on West Shore Road. Gentle rolling hills, and the downhills actually work to your favor through this section. Nice downhill here. Now you're going to have another nice long downhill, but at the end of this hill, you're going to bear to the right onto North Groton Road. Now, North Groton Road is the start of one of the biggest hills that I have ever encountered in racing. It climbs up Rumney, Mount Rumney, and it is a long 3.5 mile hill that if you don't gear it properly, or if you overcook the bottom of this hill, there's a chance that you may not make it up this hill without walking. That's how bad this hill is. Not trying to scare anyone, but if you've never climbed this hill before, respect it right from the start and ease into a pace that you can hold all the way up the mountain. The hill gets progressively worse as you near the top. And it just keeps on going. It's not too often that you climb a 3-mile long hill that is as steep as this one is, especially towards the end. And the bad news is you have to go up this hill twice. Well, more bad news. If you're not a good climber, I would recommend that you get some lower gears on your bike for this hill to ensure that you can make it to the top. This part of the road is extreme. It goes from very hilly to extremely hilly through this section. You are really going to be feeling it right here. Very difficult stretch of road, and it just keeps on going. Very, very tough through here. Once you can see that little building, that is the worst. Once you get up parallel with that building, that's the worst of the hill. You've made it. Congratulations. But you have to do it a second time. The hill does continue after that building, but you do get a little respite before you have to climb this decent hill. This is no picnic either. A lot of climbing on this course. Now this is the part of the course where it's going to start rolling, but it's going to gradually start going down. The descents on this course are extremely technical and very fast. You'll be going very fast through this section, and you need to be careful as the bottom of this hill, you have to take a very sharp right. To control your speed, as you need to make a sharp right at the bottom of an extremely fast hill. Just what you wanted to hear, right? Now as you get on Hallsbrook Road, you're going to see that sign with the truck pointing down. That is just for this small hill. You feel like the hills are over, but actually you have to climb a pretty decent hill right after that short downhill. Right here. This is a tough uphill. You felt like the climbing was over, but it's not. We've got this stretch of road to get past before we get into the extremely technical descent. This is a tough hill, especially after what you just went up. Now as you start to go down, if you are not a good descender, this is going to be a very difficult descent. The road is very fast and it switches back from left to right with tight turns all the way down. And then to make matters a little bit more difficult, there's a lot of rough road as well. There's not too many descents that will match this one, especially in New England. If you're a great descender and you love going fast, then this is probably the course for you. Because this part of the course is probably going to be extremely fun and you're going to be able to hit some really good speeds on this downhill. As you can see by the signs, the downhill will continue. Continuously goes left to right. Guardrail on the right hand side. Tight, sharp turns. If you don't break through this stretch, you're gonna have to break. But if you let it out, you're gonna be absolutely flying through here. As you continue to see the signs. Now at this point, at the top of that hill in the distance, you're going to be taking a right onto Route 25. This stretch of road is just absolutely, you can just bomb down this hill. You can see the whole road in front of you, and it is a very steep descent coming up to 25. And at the top of that small hill, which you'll blow right up, you're going to take a right. Now 25 has some long, gentle climbs at the beginning. And the road surface is a lot better, and you have a nice wide shoulder. But a little further up, you're going to have another massive climb on 25 when it turns into 3A. This stretch of road should let you decompress a little bit, let some of the stress out, and you can just settle into a steady rhythm, not having to worry about climbing or descending. Past the polar caves on your right-hand side. If you spend the weekend up here and you have kids, you might want to visit the polar caves, or even if you don't have kids. Nice place to visit. As we come up towards the rotary, you're going to stay to the right. Just stay completely to the right and continue on 3A. Now the beginning part of 3A is very similar to 25. It's just long, slow inclines and similar declines. But there is one large hill on 3A. Very long hill. One of those hills that when you see it in the distance, you're going to be, are you kidding me? As we come down this long, gradual descent, in the distance is the hill I was talking about. It goes up, quite a very difficult start to the hill, and then it levels off for just a short period of time, and then it goes up again. Very difficult hill. Very long, tough hill, and it's steeper than it looks. Very tough climb. On the far right, there's also a lot of rough road that you might want to watch out for. And now as you crest the hill, you're going to have a nice long downhill, so you can recover a little bit. Nice long downhill. Now as you come up to this corner, you're going to take a right onto North Shore Road and drop into another good downhill. Little payback for all those hills you climbed. Get some nice downhills. You come up and over this rise, you're going to have a tight left, bear to the left, and now you're going to go into a pretty tough uphill. It's not overly steep, but it's fairly long. Especially after having that nice long descending portion of the course, this is going to be a tough hill to get back into the climbing. As you crest the hill, you're actually on the top of Devil's Hill coming in the opposite direction. And we're going to be going down Devil's Hill. We have a nice short but steep downhill right here. Not too technical of a descent, but it is pretty steep. The road flattens out. Then you have another short climb before we get to the center of town. Now after we get through the center, we're going to be taking a right back onto Groton Road and repeating that whole circle that we just did. And that will be on part 2. This is ending part 1 of the Mooseman Half bike course. Thank you for viewing the race at viewtherace.com.